How do you follow up with a prospect who's not responding without becoming super annoying? Let me give you 5 ways of some simple things that you can do, and one of them that a client actually used when he reached out to me with the same question. Check it out. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. On this episode, we're going to be talking about how can you follow up without being annoying. And specifically, we're going to answer a question from one of our listeners and one of our clients as well. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, our show is designed to be very simple. Check it out. We want to help you to, one, develop more opportunities in your pipeline, give you better strategies and ideas of things that's working that you could take advantage of, and then two, how to accelerate deals through the pipeline faster. We have amazing guests. We have solo episodes like this one, and we want to help you out. If you're looking for improvement in your sales performance, obviously listening to our episodes is going to help. If you want to join our mastermind, you can find more information by going to thesalesevangelist.com/mastermind. Now, let's talk about this. The client reached out to me and said he's been trying to get in touch with this prospect. They've had communication before multiple times. They did a discovery call, and this individual is working as an SMB. And this individual takes on a lot of the hats. He's doing a lot of work, this prospect that he's working with. He takes a lot of hands-on opportunities as well with his team members. So with that being said, he is very busy. Who is not, right? And he is not, he wants to get the solution that they have, but it's just the fact that he's just overwhelmed with a lot of other things going on. The first thing, so he set an appointment at the end of that meeting, but the person doesn't accept the calendar invite. So he's doing the part, which I talked about previously in another episode. Be clear at the very end of your meetings and set a next step. So he did that. He did his part, but the client did not accept that calendar request. So what do you do at this point? Leading up to this meeting, it's been several days, and he sent emails. He's reached out to him and not had any conversation. He's made phone calls, but it goes to voicemail, and sometimes he leaves a message, not having any success there. So what do we do at this point? He doesn't want to keep being annoying, but in a situation, there's a caveat to this, is our further information. Before they pin down the discovery meeting, understanding that the prospect is very busy, he called 5 times before the prospect actually accepted the connection, the link to the calendar invite, and actually showed up to that first discovery call. So he understands that he has to be repetitious. But where's the line when you become just annoying? Clearly, at this point, the prospect sees that he's calling. Clearly, he sees those emails. But what is going on? So there's several things that I want to point out. I have 5 ideas, and I'll tell you which one actually worked for this particular prospect, this particular client of mine, and this prospect. The first thing is just that this prospect is busy. I can't tell you how many LinkedIn messages, and some of you are probably going to send me a LinkedIn message, and that's totally fine. Just be patient with me. I'm going to respond. You send me connection requests, I get phone calls, I get emails, and I get communication from the physical mail. There's a lot of communication. I run this business, the Sales Evangelist. I have team members that assist, of course, and I am also owner and founder, creative director of our production company, Blue Mango Studios, which takes some of my time. But again, I have team members. So I toggle between both of those organizations. And 2 email inboxes. And thank goodness I have an executive assistant that stays on top of things and help to make sure I show up where I need to be. So those things help out. I have speaking, I have family, I have church responsibility. So there's a lot of different things that are vying for my attention as well. So with this understanding that this guy, you're sending messages, it may not be that he's ignoring all of the messages. The message probably just has gone unread, or it's been overpowered by some of the other messages or emails or phone calls, or the simple fact that, you know what, he probably hasn't seen them yet. So those 5 phone calls, it may not be that he saw all 5 and did not answer them. Perhaps he was on other meetings, or he would plan to return it later on, and for whatever reason just hadn't done so. But it was a reminder that he needed to accept the invite, or to listen to the message, or the reminder that this client was reaching out to him. So set that backdrop in your mind. Don't go with the idea that the person just doesn't want to talk to me and therefore they're ignoring me. It's not that easy. It's a little bit more complicated. But here are 5 ways that you can follow up without being annoying. Try multiple different sources. Like I shared, I get communication from all different types of all different sources. You do want to make sure you can lock down that meeting on that next meeting on that same one. If you can, at the end of the meeting, as I mentioned before, let's set up a time and just simply ask as you're on that call, send it right away, even if you don't have all the details. And hey, did that calendar invite land in your inbox yet? I want to make sure that it doesn't get caught in any spam. Great. Now they accept it on that meeting, so you're good to go. You can update it later on, and that's fine. Number 2, this one, hear me out. This client did it 5 times. Pick up the darn phone. Pick up the phone, call the prospect. It is not going to hurt you. It's not going to be the end of the world. Just pick up the phone and use it. Telephone still works. Now, I get it. People have caller ID. There's the Apple capabilities where you have to communicate with the AI before it actually gets to the person. You have so many other things, but the chances are that the person, if you get them on the call, there's a much better chance of you having success, having a conversation with that person than it is just to do a simple email, than it is just to do an email. The second thing is email. You can send out an email to a particular prospect. Now, I want to back up on the phone call. Some of you ask, is it okay to leave a voice message? I feel so, because a voice message is an advertisement for something else. I may not necessarily just leave a generic voicemail. Hi, this is Donald. Call me back at this number. You can do that, but you can also use it as an advertisement for the next activity. I'm going to send you an email, or I'm going to send a text message. Now, you may say, well, are you going to listen to the voice message? Most times, especially with the phones, it transcribed that voice message so you can easily see it, and you can check it out. I know for me, that's what happens where I get the phone call. I also can see the transcript of the voice message, and I can see if it's something that I want to take advantage of or listen to or go back at. So more advertisement. So if I advertise, hey, I'm going to send you a text, if it's easier, respond there. Well, that's the next component. So I did phone. I did, obviously I did try to get the calendar invite right away, but number 1 thing, I'm going to do a phone call. Number 2, I'm going to do emails. I can send an email to this particular prospect, and tying with that email is number 3 is text message, as I mentioned. So you have 3 different sources that you can do so far: phone, email, and text. In that email, I can do a regular old email, and I can also explain in the subject line what it is: confirming appointment, yes or no, question mark. That's it. They can read the subject line and decide if they're going to come or not. And then inside of that email, they can read the subject line and they can decide if they're going to attend the meeting or not. But the answer or the question is there with the what you're trying to get from them. Very easy, very simple, and it's a powerful strategy. All you got to do is just put it in a subject line. Explain a little bit more in details in the body of the email, and then also you can send a video, which I'm a big fan of and I enjoy. So I gave you that number. Number 3, obviously, it's a text message. You can send a text message, or you can send a voice message via text message as well. They can answer it that way. You can listen to it and respond there. Number 4 is LinkedIn. Now, there's a couple things you can do on LinkedIn. You can send a regular old LinkedIn message to that person. Hey, Donald, I wanted to we plan to have a meeting at 3:00. Are you still able to make that meeting? You can also do voice message on LinkedIn. You can also do video on LinkedIn. Use the native app, meaning just use the LinkedIn app and just send the voice message using their voice message capability and their video via their video capability. You'll see that the paperclip or the plus button. You hit that in a message and just attach video, and that's the way you can do it. Or you can send a picture or GIF, whatever. But that way you're communicating with them. Another thing you can do on LinkedIn that most people sleep on is then you can respond to one of their posts. You can send them send a message, you can send something, comment on one of their posts, which also gives them the opportunity to see you, because everyone reads those comments. I mean, unless they're getting like 150 comments on their posts, they're probably not reading them. But the average person is probably getting like 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 comments on a post. They're going to read those. They're going to see yours like, oh, Donald with ABC Company. I need to respond to DK. But it's another reminder. That's worked for me multiple times. The other thing you can do is comment on a industry post or to their prospect industry and tag them in it. So let's say this prospect that this client was going after is in the, let's say they're automotive, let's say they're an HR business. and their ideal customer is I don't know. Let's say they go out to HR companies. There you go. I might find a SHRM post. That's National Organization for HR Leaders. That's not the exact acronym, but let's say I find a SHRM post and they're talking about something that I know my client has insights on. I can tag them and say, hey, XYZ, maybe you should check this out. This sounds like something you guys can assist with. The beautiful thing behind that is that I just gave that client a visibility and I gave them some reputation or some opportunity to shine. But it's also a follow up because I tag them in something without talking about the need to follow up. So that piece also works. So far we've talked about phone, we've talked about email, we've talked about text message, we've spoken about LinkedIn and different ways you can use LinkedIn. And the fifth one, I'm telling you, this one is tried and proven to work. And this is actually using WhatsApp or calling from a different number. So as I was coaching this client, I told him this is exactly what I told him. I said, you've been reaching out with one phone call, one phone. You've done email, you've done phone call, text messages, you've done all of the other stuff, emails, phone, and so forth. Why don't you connect with them from a different phone? Which is what he did. He sent a WhatsApp message, and remarkably, the prospect responded back and said, got your message. Yes, we're still good to go, or something to that nature. I'll tell you exactly right now. I got time. You got a minute? You ain't going nowhere. So he said, this was a message. He responded, are we still good for the appointment at 4:15 for a solution? He says, yes, perfect. I apologize. I was on a call. So the previous messages, when he missed his call or ignored it when he was on another one, he recognized that my client was calling him, but he responded via text message from WhatsApp to a different number and confirmed the appointment. And it was good to go. He introduced that it was him, but when he reached out to him, but he accepted it. The point is, you got to try different things. Is there one reason, one way, one method? No. This is sales. Get used to it. You have to be creative. You have to try different things. That's what you need to do. That's what he did, and he was able to get an opportunity to confirm the appointment. And I'll keep you posted on the results. But that works. I would love to hear from you. What are some things that you do to make sure that you get in touch with a prospect without being annoying? How you confirm some of those appointments that haven't been confirmed yet? Drop a message. Let me know. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I promise you I'll get back to you. As always, I want you to thrive and I want you to succeed. This is why we have a mastermind. There's an opportunity to have accountability and to learn tips and strategies and things that are working for others in different industry. Our mastermind begins this week. You can find more information by going to thesalesevangelist.com/mastermind. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/mastermind. As always, go out and do big things. See you on the next one.